All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TeamVLR.com. We are live here from the Eldora Speedway for tonight's Accelerated UMP Modified Series presented by WR1 Sim Chassis. And here at the Eldora Speedway, practice is just getting ready to wrap up, getting ready to go into qualifying. Then we got a bunch of heats, a C main, a B main, and then we'll get to our feature event after we hop over to a different server tonight. So far, we've got right at 49 drivers looking to start our season opener for the UMP Modifieds. And as always, joining me in the booth is Brad Wheeler. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, doing good actually. I'm excited. We're back for the Modifieds in Eldora. I think the last couple of times we've sort of come, to the Eldora Speedway with the Modifieds. We've had sort of 4 and 5 wide racing. So, I mean, hopefully we're going to put on another fantastic show for you guys tonight.
Yeah, I think I forgot to mention we are off camera TV, a little different commentating crew from last night. We would have been live on the Accelerated page, but our producer was not an admin at the time that the session got set up. So we are here on TeamVLR.com. Next week, we should be live on Accelerated. We got to thank those guys over there at Accelerated for sponsoring all 3 series for the Team VLR Big 3. We're looking at sprints, modifieds, and late models tonight. We're going to wrap up the season opening week as qualifying starts, and I'm on board with the 15 of DJ Kilanowski. Kind of disappointed me in the sprint car race on Sunday. A little bit of a mid-pack effort to 15, taking the green flag for his qualifying effort.
777 of Jacob Leverstein as well on the racetrack, along with quite a few bunch of cars. We'll see who will take the first official time lap around the Eldora Speedway for the Modified. Their season opener, Clay DeBarn, 16.957 at the moment. Sets the benchmark. I'm sure we're going to go quicker. Jacob Leverstein, quick time with a 16.902.
Yeah, Ryan Martin, the 24 out on the track, as well as a slew of other cars on iRacing. It's just a single car qualifying effort. Everybody gets a chance to go out onto the track at the same time. We can't see each other. Still, Leverstein on top. Trevor Fitz actually just knocks him off the top spot right now. That 28 car running a 16.853. And Justin Norwood making his return to the VLR series up there in second place right now.
Yeah, just watching Austin Matthews in car number 67 as well, getting his first lap in the books around the Eldora Speedway, and it's going to be 17.125. So at the moment, still Trevor Fitch, Justin Norwood, and Travis Marsh, your top 3 as they stand. Greg Thompson, who I believe won the the late models last night, sitting in 4th, and Jacob Leverstein rounding out our top 5.
And one of the fan favorites is that on track, the 3 of Shane James. Kind of slow on his first lap, only a 9.73. Quick time right now is 8.49. Throwing it back in the 3 and 4 to wrap up his qualifying effort. We'll see if that can't put him further up in the pecking order. And it does. It puts him about 9th on the board, just in front of Jeremy Capron, as Dylan Wilson has taken quick time with an 8.22.
Yeah, Brandon Schmidt too as well with a 16.849. Jumps up to position number 2 as well. So bumping a couple of guys back down the order as we're just trying to watch the 27 coming up on track. David Harleman and all those Harlemaniacs in chat. Mike Molnar, car number 56, second quick with a 16.841. A great result there for Mike Molnar.
Yeah, very impressive. We saw him and his brother kind of struggle in the sprint cars on Sunday. These modifieds, they seem to have taken a liking to him. Mike right now provisionally outside of the front row if we were to just go to a regular event. Looks like he's going to start first in Heat 2 after the invert of 4. He's going to roll off in 4th. So going to be looking out for him in Heat number 2 as of right now. Most of the guys have taken qualifying time. Only 4 drivers yet to hit the track. We got Lucas Chowning in the 47 out there. Mark Molnar and Matt Short yet to put a qualifying time down. Channing completes that first lap, just a 1,000th off of being in the 17-second bracket.
watching the 97 of Mark Molnar, brother of Mike, out on the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4, getting his first look in at the Eldora Speedway for the modifieds. Just taps the wall, so that lap will not count, and that's certainly going to hurt him when it comes to heat racing. Getting no time, he'll be at the back of the bus in one of the heat races and does the same. Mark Molan, number 97, no time taken. So very disappointing effort there. Matt Short on the racetrack in car number 38.
Yeah, he is, and while he goes around, just a couple of the big names that we have yet to mention so far in the broadcast. The 07 of Howard Weaver qualified in the top 5. Virgil Graham is in 9th. Josh Phillips, 11th. Jeremy Capron back in 13th right now. Chad Wheeler at 88 in the WR1 team. He's back here in, it looks to be about 15th. Garrett Nabergi's out here as well. Randall Carter, Leo Pena, Zach Leonardi, Dylan Fox, Heileman we've mentioned. And, I mean, just the list goes on and on. I mean, just a ton of heavy hitters, a lot of fast drivers out here in the season opener for the modifieds.
Just looking at Matt Short, who was on screen 31st quick at the moment, and with I think only 8 guys behind him, that's going to have 39 drivers. In fact, 40 drivers, so we should have 4 heat races of 10 cars with an inversion of 16. So whoever's sitting anywhere from 13 to position 16 will start on the front row, and in fact, that will wrap up qualifying. It is official. Dylan Wilson will set tonight's quick time in car number 80 with a 16.822. We get set for heat race number 1.
All right, going to wait for these guys to get out onto the pit lane here at the Eldora half mile. 10 cars going to line up for this first heat. And, I mean, still a lot of big names out here in the first heat. So, going to let a couple more guys come into the pit lane here. And we're going to roll down our starting grid for heat number 1, the 23 of Jeremy Capron. Going to have the pole after the invert. Virgil Graham in the 42 going to start to his outside in row number 1. The 07 of Howard Weaver going to start in 3rd. And Dylan Wilson, quick time winner here tonight, going to roll off in 4th. 5th goes to the 06 of Leo Pena. Zach Leonardi in the 35, going to be on the outside of row number 3. 7th place goes to the 47 of Lucas Chowning, the 15 of DJ Kilinowski in 8th. Double deuce of Drew Phillips in 9th. And the 39 of Dennis Potridge Jr. is going to be our last car in this heat. Going to have a lot of work ahead of him as 3 go to the feature here out of this bracket. So going to be racing for that 3rd position. Going to be a lot of beating and banging, a lot of side-by-side, hopefully a lot of passing. And it's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, just quickly, any one of probably 8 of these drivers have the potential to win a feature race here at TeamVLR.com. And, you know, when you got 8 of the guys in heat number 1, you know, that potential favourites, you think about only 3 at the moment will lock themselves into tonight's main event. The other rest are going to have to go through the C and B main. So it's going to be tough. But Wes, 10 laps on the board, heat number 1, all yours to start.
All right, pace trucks got him coming down the backstretch here at Eldora. 23 of Jeremy Capron going to have command of the field when we get back around into turn number 4. Pace truck working through 3 and 4 right now. For the first time tonight, pace truck comes off the racing surface, and Capron is down and away. Green flag is out here for heat number 1. Capron gets a good jump over of the 42 and the 07, but Weaver in the 07 to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got pressure from Dylan Wilson in that 80. Virgil Graham has cleared Weaver for just a split second as the 80 of Wilson going to the high side. Going to have a lot of momentum coming off of turn 4 as Capron is going to lead lap 1.
Yeah, a lot of the guys right up top of the racetrack right now. Weaver slides up into Virgil Graham to make contact. Here comes Wilson and the 35 of Zach Leonardi. Leonardi to the inside. Meanwhile, Weaver with a slide job on Graham. Graham cuts it back underneath. 3 wide off turn number 4. Leonardi on the low side, making that bottom work.
Yes, he is. Weaver, though, fighting on the high side. Virgil Graham falling back to the clutches of the 80 of Dylan Wilson as Leonardi has backed off a little bit after running that inside lane. Virgil Graham running through the middle there. Here comes Wilson to the inside of Graham, trying to throw the slider on that 42. He's not going to be able to get in front of him, as right now, Graham holds that transfer spot.
He certainly does, but let me tell you, Wilson not going to give up without a fight. Meanwhile, behind him, Pina and Leonardo, they're also side by side, but the battle is well and truly on for the final transfer spot. Oh, contact with Wilson and Virgil Graham, 3 wide. Behind him right now, Graham and Leonardo into the wall. Oh, that is going to be a heartbreak for those guys. They go around, no yellows in the heat races, and we are still green at the moment. Capering your race leader, 5 down, 5 to run.
And that's really going to throw a spanner in the works for those two cars. Virgil Graham, always a good competitor here with the Team VLR guys. So he's going to have to do it the hard way here tonight through the C's and or B main. But Capron still out front. Weaver, though, tracking him down in that 07. We had a slider from Chowning in the back, though. An amazing attempt to get it done. Pena, though, keeps that 4th spot. That'll give him a good starting position in the B main if he can still finish there, because I believe the top 2 or 3 are going to automatically go to that B main. Battle for the race lead.
Wow. Weaver through the big slide job on Capron in the turn number 1 and 2. It was close, let me tell you. Here comes Wilson to the inside of Weaver in the turn number 1 and 2. Battle on for 2nd and 3rd. Meanwhile, Capron, he's got his rear view mirror full of that 07.
Yes, he does. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for heat number 1 on the night. Weaver gonna try it again. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to dig it up. Doesn't get the slide job done on that 23, the 80, all over the back bumper of that 07 as well. They go back into 3 and 4. Slide job city. Both cars try it. Weaver, he's going to pull it off. He gets heat number 1.
Oh my, how about that? Weaver with a slide job on Capron into turn 3 and 4 on the last lap. Wilson was there as well. Wow, if that's what we are going to see tonight, Wes, I tell you what, if these people don't have goosebumps watching, they do not have a pulse. We'll go through the results quickly here in heat race number 1. The 07 of Howard Weaver picking up the win. Jeremy Capron in 2nd. 3rd, the 80 of Dylan Wilson. Those 3 guys automatic transfer into the main event. Lucas Channing, 4th. Pena in 5th. Kilinowski, 6th. 7th is Pop Ridge Jr. Phillips in 8th. Leonardi and Virgil Graham round out our 10 cars.
And heat number 2 on the grid right now. And Brett, you want to run down them real quick for us?
There you go. Nieberge starts on pole in car number 19 to his outside, the 777 of Jacob Leverstein. Inside, row number 2, the number 4 of Justin Norwood, to his outside, the 56 of Mike Molnar. Clay Devon in car number 84 lines up out of position number 5. Dylan Fox in the 99 out of position number 6. The 30 of Zach Grounds out of position 7. Alongside him in the 26 is Albert Perez. Brad Dyer in car number 40 out of position 9. And Corey Boudinot in car number 36 out of position number 10.
And another stacked heat. You got Nieberge, Leverstein, and Norwood starting up front. Molnar in 4th after getting 2nd on the quick time sheet tonight. He's definitely got a fast hot rod. Only the top 3 transfer, though. We got 1 more lap of pacing left to do, and we're going to get to throw down for heat number 2. 10 laps around Eldora. Only 3 will advance.
Nieberge and Jacob Leverstein will have command of the field. In fact, Nieberge on pole, so he'll have command of when they want to go. Kind of leaving a big gap here between himself and the pace truck. I wonder if he's wanting that Jumbo Jet 747 to be sitting in the middle. We get set to go green, and green is out. We are racing. Nieberge with a good jump on the rest of the field. Norwood immediately challenging Leverstein into turn number 1 and 2. Meanwhile, the 84 of Clay Devon is challenging Molnar for 4th right now. Molnar down the back straight away. He's going to go to the middle side of the race. So 3 wide for the transfer spot.
Coming out of 4, still 3 wide with Norwood, Molnar, and DeBond right there. As Molnar, he prevails for just a minute. Norwood fighting back on the outside. He's in the tire tracks at a 777 of Leverstein. Back into turn 3, the battle goes. Molnar not giving up just quite yet. He's on the inside at the line. Give it to Molnar.
That was close. Molnar continuing to work the low side of the racetrack in turn number 1 and 2. Norwood has the momentum coming off the top side of the racetrack. Just gets into the wall a little bit as he goes into 3. Molnar with a slide jump. Oh, Norwood with a crossover, but he tagged the back of Molnar. And that gives Justin Norwood position number 3. But here comes Devon in that 84 on the inside.
Yeah, Devon and Molnar side by side down the back stretch. The 84 trying to make that inside line work. You can see where the track is not exactly worn out yet. We don't have any slick except for just a little bit entering into each turn. But the 84 now, he's going to have to fall back as Molnar gets that spot after he tags the wall a little bit there, getting into 3. Devon, oh, Leverstein's in the wall in front of this. Here goes Norwood to the inside of the 777. He backs off. We are halfway now.
5 down, 5 to run. Nabergi, your race leader, Leverstein. Norwood, your top 3. Molnar on the inside of Norwood now looking for that 3rd and final transfer spot. He can't make it. Meanwhile, side-by-side battle behind him. And here goes Molnar. Will he slide up in front of Norwood? Norwood, no. Norwood back around the outside. A great race here in heat race number 2.
Yeah, back-to-back great races. There he goes again. Slide job on Norwood. Norwood gets contact from, it looks like the 99. Looks like the 84 went around on the front stretch. No cautions out here, but Molnar gets that spot, the transfer spot. Norwood back into 5th as Devon, he had to tuck in behind the 40 of Brad Dyer now. But Nabergi, he's loving this right now. 2 to go for that 19 to win heat number 2.
And that 19 has been rock solid from the get-go since the drop of the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Leading by a good 6 car lengths at the moment over the 777 of Leverstein and Mike Molnar. Happy with that qualifying effort of running 2nd out of the 40-odd drivers here tonight. And now sits in 3rd place, so that's automatically going to put him straight into the main event. But into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat race number 2 goes to the number 19 of Garrett Nabergi.
And Leverstein and Molnar finish out your transfer positions. Zach Rouse, Justin Norwood. It looks like Albert Perez, Brad Dyer, Clay Devon, Corey DeBoy. Boy, I am just messing that all up. I am sorry, dude.
I think it's Budanot.
Budanot and Dylan Fox round out your 10-car field as we are getting set for heat number 3. And still a lot of fan favorites in these races, a lot of fast guys. I mean, this whole field is just stacked. The heats are just amazing right now.
Well, you only have to look at the first 2 heat races to know what we're going to come later on tonight for the main event. I mean, you know, slide jobs in heat number 1. You've seen Weaver do it to pick up the win. You've seen it late in the race there with Molnar. And then, unfortunately, Norwood having late contact with cars behind him. But, man, I tell you, although the track is still fairly tacky, you know, these guys are still able to throw sliders on each other. But heat race number 3, we'll let you go through the grid.
All right, Chad Wheeler, the 88, going to start on pole for this one to his outside. The 25 of Josh Phillips, the number 2 of Travis Marsh, going to roll out in 3rd. And 3rd qualifier tonight is the 17 of Brandon Schmidt, going to be on the outside of row number 2. The 93 of Kyle Morris going to round out our top 5 here. And to his outside in row 3 is going to be the 27 of David Heileman. Kyle Trevathan in the 34 going to start in 7th. 8th goes to the 38 of Matt Short. Rodney Brown in the 33 in 9th. And rounding out our 10-car field here is the 9 of Brandon Little.
Oh, another 10 on the board, another 3 will get their ticket into the main event later on tonight. I'm not sure how many laps it is tonight. I didn't actually check on that one. But heat race number 3, and we'll see another 3 guys get into the main event.
Yes, we will. Halfway down the backstretch is the field right now. Wheeler going to have command of the brigade as we get set to get ready to drop that green flag once again. Heat number 3 is underway. Wheeler gets a good jump over Phillips and Marsh right now. Marsh actually got a pretty bad start. He's down there on the bottom on the inside of the 17 as the 93 of Kyle Morris tried to make it 3 wide coming off of turn number 2. Here goes Phillips to the inside of Wheeler, battling for the race lead and that first transfer spot, but Wheeler has it at the line.
Yeah, nice battle on for the race lead, and also a nice battle on for the transfer spot at the moment. Marsh on the inside of Schmidt, and don't count out the 27 of David Heilemann working the top side. But look at this. Travis Marsh, the only driver on the low side of the racetrack at the moment. He's going to take third, is he? I believe he took it at the line. And, man, that was close.
Yeah, Heilemann very loose behind him, though. The 38 had to check up. He's all over the racetrack right now as Heilemann goes back to 6th. Right now, our top 3, Wheeler, Phillips, and Schmidt. But Marsh, he wants that third and final transfer spot. He's trying to make that low side work. Almost, oh, he does get into the 17. Contact is made. Schmidt back into the battle for 5th right now as Marsh takes that final transfer spot at the line. 4 down, 6 to go.
Kyle Morris in the 93, 1 spot out of a transfer at the moment. He's got to try and get past that number 2 of Travis Marsh. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead. Phillips looks to the inside on Wheeler. Side by side off at turn number 4. Give it to Wheeler at the line. So halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go. Wheeler comfortable out in front, but not for long because Marsh and Phillips, they are starting to reel the 88 in.
Yes, they are. Marsh almost got to the inside of that 25. Actually, he's there. We're 3 wide for the race lead. Coming off of 4. Marsh tucks in behind the 25 as they enter back into turn number 1. Everybody is high side hustling tonight. And Wheeler, a little slow coming off of 2. Phillips checked up just a smidgen. And Phillips still in that 2nd position. That 2 of Marsh, though, he is trying to get up there. He wants himself a checker flag here tonight. We got 3 laps to go.
Wheeler, Phillips. Oh, Morris into the back of Marsh. He almost turns it. Morris cuts around. He gets contact with the 17 of Schmidt. And now that's Heilemann on the top side into position number 4 as he gets past the 17 of Brandon Schmidt. 2 to run for your race lead. A great battle on for 4th and 5th right now. Oh, Wheeler checks up. He makes a mistake. Phillips now. He's got 1 last chance this time.
Yeah, 1 more lap to go. White flag out for Chad Wheeler in that 88. Phillips, he's going to throw it in there. Slide job in front of Wheeler. Wheeler makes the crossover back to the inside. Can he clear him coming off the turn? He's not going to be able to do it. Actually, he does for a split second. Phillips now going to have the preferred line and the momentum at the line. It's going to be a photo finish. Wheeler gets the win here in heat number 3.
Oh my, what a race, and continuing on with the slide jobs. Chad Wheeler gets the job done in car number 88. Josh Phillips, car 25, comes home in 2nd. Travis Marsh picks up 3rd. Then we go back to David Heilemann, Brandon Schmidt, Kyle Trevathan, Matt Short, Rodney Brown, Brendan Little, and Kyle Morris. And another fantastic heat race here in the modifieds.
Yes, it was. We're going to be. I'm going to be out of a voice if they keep on doing this. But we do have a couple of mains coming up here after this heat race, so stick around for that. As heat number 4 getting to the grid now.
And starting on the pole in car number 37, it's going to be Randall Carter. To his outside, the HRE driver of Shane James starts out of position number 2. The Super Late Model winner from last night, the 313 of Greg Thompson, starts out of position number 3. Out of position 4, it's going to be the 28 of Trevor Fitz. Ryan Gaunt in car number 20 starts out of position number 5. Seth Geary in car number 7 out of position number 6. Row number 4 on the inside, you'll see the 24 of Ryan Martin lining up alongside the 67 of Austin Matthews. Blake Brown in car number 74 out of position number 9. And Mark Molnar, car number 97, starts out of position number 10.
And again, another stacked field. Shane James has won in the modified series for Team VLR. He won during the fixed series. And as you said, Greg Thompson, winner last night in the super lates. So it's going to come down to who can keep that 3rd spot as it has the entire night. Nothing has been easy for any of these drivers. And we're ready to go green flag racing.
You're getting set, final heat of the night. Randall Carter in car number 37 leads us, and look at this, nearly 3 wide down the main straightaway. Thompson shuts it on the 20. That's going to be Ryan Gordon, car number 20, the 28 right now. That is, we're trying to find that number. We get back Trevor Fitz in car number 28 on the top side of the racetrack. Shane James, car number 3, 2nd, but he's got pressure on the inside from Thompson. Here comes Fitz to the outside. Carter leads the opening night, 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Fitz on the top side takes over position number 3.
And Thompson shuffled back to 4th. Fitz is on a mission. He's already to the back bumper of the 3 of Shane James. Randall Carter trying to walk away right now as we're 3 wide for just a split second into turn 1. The 28 still running that top side at 313, trying to make the middle work. Now everybody flushes up to the high side right on the cushion, and Randall Carter leads lap 3.
Yep, nose to tail right now. A lot of the drivers. Fitz trying to make it work on the inside of Shane James off turn number 2. They go into 3 and 4. Here comes Gaunt with a slide job on Thompson. Not going to work. They're going to run side by side. Nice battle going on for 4th and 5th right now. Gaunt looks back to the inside of Thompson, but Thompson has got that top side rolling right now. But as they battle the top 3, they're starting to pull away.
Yeah, they are. Gaunt still to the inside of that 313. The 20 is that wide. Oh, they touch coming out of turn number 4. Everybody still pointing in the same direction. No speed scrub off after contact, but the 7 of Seth Geary is starting to catch up as well. And as soon as I said that, he gets really loose coming out of turn number 2. Now the 313 goes down to the inside to block the run that the 20 has been getting all night. Just past halfway here in heat number 4.
Yeah, 6 down, 4 to run. And it's still Randall Carter over Shane James by a good 0.6 of a second. Couple of tenths back to the 28 of Trevor Fifth. Now, meanwhile, Thompson running through the middle in turn number 3 and 4. Ryan Gaunt back there in 5th, trying to catch up to the 313. See if he can't make the pass into turn number 1 and 2. He can't. Nose to tail. They come down the back straightaway. 2.5 to run. Make that 2 to go for your race leader, the 37 of Randall Carter.
And Carter has done everything right tonight. Still pulling rank over Shane James and Trevor Fitz right now. Those are your transfer positions. But the battle is still on back here for that 4th and 5th spot. The 313 of Thompson still has it. Gaunt. He wants to get it. He wants to start near the front in the B main as we are under white flag. 1 lap to go.
1 to go. Battle on for 4th and 5th. Still Carter. Sorry, not Carter. Thompson and Gaunt down the back straight away for the final time in the turn number 3 and 4. The 37 of Randall Carter will get the job done here in the final heat race. Coming home second with the 3. Shane James, Trevor Fitz in 3rd. Greg Thompson, Paul Ryan Gaunt, Seth Geary, Mark Molnar, Ryan Martin, Blake Brown, and Austin Matthews rounds out our top 10. And we get set for a C main.
Yes, we do. We got 15 drivers going to attempt to make the 4 transfer spots to the B main. So a lot of the guys that had a lot of tough luck early on in the heats, a couple of names that stick out to me: Mark Molnar, Clay DeBon, Zach Leonardi, Virgil Graham. Those guys are going to have to do it the hard way as they are getting set on the front stretch. And we're going to go through our starting grid for our 8-lap C main. We got Brad Dyer on the pole in the number 40, Matt Short in the 38, starting in 2nd. 3rd goes to Mark Molnar. Drew Phillips in the 22 in 4th. 5th goes to Clay DeBon. Rodney Brown in the 33 in 6th. 7th, Ryan Martin in the 24 to 35 of Zach Leonardi. And the 36 of Corey Boudinot in 9th. 10th goes to the 9 of Brandon Little. Blake Brown in the 74 is going to roll off in 11th. 12th goes to the 42 of Virgil Graham. Dylan Fox in the 99 going to roll off in 13th. 14th goes to the 93 of Kyle Morris. And the 67 of Austin Matthews going to round out our 15-car field. Going to battle for 4 transfer spots after 1 more pace lap.
Yeah, we'll see 11 of these 15 drivers having to watch from the grandstands after this race, and it's 8 laps, so 2 laps less than a heat race. And I tell you what, you got to feel sorry for Virgil Graham starting out of position number 2. Also, Dylan Fox, all those guys are right at the back of the second and last row of this B main, and with a lot of good drivers, 8 laps to get into your top 4. It's going to have to take some good hard racing.
It's going to take some good hard racing starting back there. It's going to take a miracle or 2, but pace car is off. The 40 of Dyer is down and away. Green flag out for our C main. The 40 gets a good jump on the rest of the pack. The 38, actually, he closed in there, almost 4 wide going into turn number 2 as the 97's on the inside there. The 38 trying to make that middle work. As you see, the 35 of Leonardi out of left field with a slider behind our race leaders here. Back to 3 wide action going into 1. It separates back to 2 by 2, 2 rows deep for the top 4 spots.
You know, Leonardi's coming. You know, he wants to get into the top four, as does Virgil Graham. They're both making their way through the field right now. Leonardi up to position number 6, and Virgil Graham up to position 8, so not too far from getting into that transfer spot at the moment. Meanwhile, side-by-side battle for the race lead. You got Matt Short in the 38 and Brad Dyer. Slide job from Short. Here comes Phillips to the inside. 3 wide of turn number 4. 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Awesome racing right now. And it's going to be Mark Mulner in the 97, hanging on to that 4th and final transfer spot.
And right behind him, the 84 and the 35. Touch fenders for a little bit back there, DeBond and Leonardi. But the battle is still on for this race lead. The 40 trying to go back to the inside. Matt Short says, no, sir, I am going to take this lead and try to run away with it. Molnar on the outside of that 22 now. Battle for 3rd as Leonardi is back on the back bumper of this battle for that 3rd position. All he has to do is get 1 spot here. But DeBond and Graham, they're on a mission as well. Down the back stretch, we have 2 laps to go, this time by.
Leonardi into the wall, caught the back of the 22 of Philip. Graham on the inside of the 84. The stupid cameras are going all over the place. Clay Devon in that 84 and Graham side by side. That's 5th and 6th right now. Drew Phillips hangs on to that 4th and final transfer spot. They come out of turn number 4. 1 lap remaining for these guys to get it done. Will they get it done? We're going to find out here in a second.
Yeah, 38, he's looking pretty scot-free right now. The 42 and the 84 getting into each other. DeBond's going to have to go to the back of the pack here. Last-ditch effort for Virgil Graham to try to make the B-main. And it's over. Matt Short takes the win. Brad Dyer, Mark Molnar, and Drew Phillips are going to transfer to our B-main. That's getting ready to grid up here in just 1 minute.
Wow, some big names missing out in that one.
Yeah, it is. Just a couple, Virgil Graham, Zach Leonardi, Clay DeBond. We talked about them that whole race. Ryan Martin, etc. All of those guys are going to have to go home tonight. And their start to the season is but a soured one as we are ready for our B-main. 10 laps on the board. 12 will transfer to the feature. So it's not going to be too hard for these guys who just transferred from the C-main to try and get into the big show.
Yeah, grid for tonight's B-main. The 47 of Lucas Channing starts on pole. So he's outside the number 30 of Zach Rounds. The Harlemaniacs and David Harleman starts out of position number 3. Greg Thompson out of position number 4 in the 313. Leo Pina in the 06 starts out of position number 5. Justin Norwood, car number 4, out of position number 6. Out of position 7, the 17 of Brandon Schmidt, alongside him, the 20 of Ryan Gord. DJ Kilinowski in car number 15 starts out of position number 9. Out of position 10, the 26th of Albert Perez, Carl Trevathan, alongside Seth Geary. They go back to Dennis Popridge Jr. And then your C-main transferee, Matt Short, out of position number 14. 15, we'll see Brad Dyer lining up alongside Mark Molnar and Drew Phillips riding shotgun at the back in the 17th starting spot. 17 cars, top 12 will find their way into the main event. So we send another 5 home tonight.
And 12 go to the 50-lap feature. That's going to go up after a quick commercial break after this race. So make sure you hang on, as if you haven't popped your popcorn, in a couple minutes will be an opportune time. But we still have 10 laps going up on the board. Lucas Chowning going to lead us to the green flag.
12 drivers will punch their ticket into the feature for the season opener. We get set to go green, and we are racing here. Lucas Channing with a good launch into turn number 1 and 2. Parliament on the inside of Zach Rounds in that 30 machine. Rounds has that coming off 3 wide for position number 5. If you don't mind, Norwood, Schmidt, and Pina right now. 3 wide, still coming off corner number 4. Schmidt, he's going to bring that car home in 5th at the moment as they come across the line. Norwood back around the outside, and here comes Ryan Gaunt in the 20.
Yeah, all these guys have got to do is make sure that they finish in the top 12. Now it's just for starting position as Norwood gets into the wall. Here goes Gaunt into 20. They touch, and Norwood still stays in front of that 20 somehow as they battle back into turn number 1. Gaunt on the low side, Norwood on the high side, going to drive right by him on the exit of 2.
Unbelievable racing. Here comes the 7 of Seth Geary as well. He's trying to make that high side work. Look at the 38. Oh, Matt Short. He was just C-main transferring, C-main win. In fact, he's 3 wide on the inside. He's got a transfer spot at the moment. Man, I'll tell you what, if I get rid of this croak in my voice, it would be lovely.
Yeah, it would, but the lead is heating up as well. Zach Rounds, David Heileman were putting it on Chowning there down the front stretch. Now everybody gets to single file as soon as I say something. But Matt Short, he has definitely got his way into a transfer spot, doing it the hard way here tonight. After not transferring in his heats, winning the C-main, all he has to do is finish in this top 12 as we are halfway through our B-main for tonight.
Battle for 4th and 5th. Thompson and Schmidt right now. Here comes Gaunt with a slider on Justin Norwood, but the battle for 4th and 5th. Schmidt and Thompson, they run slide jobs on each other at both ends of the racetrack. Oh, Zach Rounds into the wall. He's going to lose a spot to Heileman. Schmidt and Thompson, they both check up. 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. Schmidt with a slider on Rounds. Rounds through the middle. Oh my, look at the 30 going back to the inside. Up to position number 3. 2.5 to run.
And 17 tried to cross over. He pulls up by the door of that 30, but Rounds making one of the biggest moves we've seen tonight as he crosses over that 17 at the line. He still holds that 3rd position. We have 2 laps to run as that battle for 3rd is still going strong.
Schmidt on the top side of the racetrack. Rounds going to go through the middle. He slides up to take that line away with Smith. He crosses back underneath. 1 lap to go. Slider from Smith. Rounds. This is for 3rd and 4th. This is well inside of a transfer spot. Into 3 and 4. Still side by side. Expect the slide job from Rounds. He slides up, and wow, what a race that was. Your winner, Lucas Chowning, David Heileman, Zach Rounds gets it over Brandon Schmidt, Greg Thompson in 5th, 6th, Leo Pina, Ryan Gaunt, Albert Perez, Seth Geary. Don't do this to me, iRacing. I'm trying to run down your order. Justin Norwood, 10th, Mark Molnar, 11th, and Matt Short in 12th from the C main will find himself in position number 24 in tonight's main event. And Wes, we get to take a little 5-minute breather because those 4 heat races, the C main and B main, it was a slide job central.
Well, the A main sure has a lot to live up to now. Just 6 completely awesome races. Unfortunately, Kyle Trevathan, Drew Phillips, Dennis Potridge Jr., Brad Dyer, and DJ Kilinowski are going to go home tonight. But we have got the 24 best drivers of the night getting ready to go to our 50-lap feature server here in just a few seconds. We want to thank X.CELERATED for title sponsoring all 3 series. WR1 for being an associate title sponsor to the mods, and also the champion of the mods will win a sim rig developed by WR1. And you need to go check them out on Facebook. They make some top quality stuff. I mean, I'm drooling over one right now. I just don't have my tax return back yet. Hard Charger tonight is going to be sponsored by Burberry Designs. You can go check them out, as well as a link should be rolling through the chat. And the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience giving away a free drive to all 3 VLR champions, including the champion of the mod series in 12 weeks' time. Hard Luck Award tonight is going to be sponsored by the Mastel Brothers. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hop on over to our A feature server. It's going to take us about 5 minutes, folks. Stay tuned right here on TeamVLR.com.
Everyone likes to talk about talent. It's easy to spot, but hard to define. So what exactly is talent? Talent is what gets you up in the morning and keeps you in the shop long after everyone else has called it a day. Talent doesn't fear failure, nor does it bask in the glory of success. Talent is always improving and never satisfied. And while talent may benefit from money, talent can't be bought. Talent is focused. Talent is driven. And while talent doesn't always win, it never loses sight of the ultimate goal. Simply put, talent is what hard work looks like after all the hard work has been done. We do not race for fame. We do not race for money. We do not race to become celebrities or see our faces on TV. We do not race because it's easy. We do not race because it's safe. We race because it's the only way to be certain that life will never pass us by. What if they're right? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm just wasting my time, wasting my money, wasting my life? What if I make a mistake? What if I get taken out? What if I miss the main? Again. What if I win?
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is dirt racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the dirt revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
if they're right? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm just wasting my time, wasting my money, wasting my life? What if I make a mistake? What if I get taken out? What if I miss the main? Again. What if I win? We do not race for fame. We do not race for money. We do not race to become celebrities or see our faces on TV. We do not race because it's easy. We do not race because it's safe. We race because it's the only way to be certain that life will never pass us by.
Everyone likes to talk about talent. It's easy to spot, but hard to define. So what exactly is talent? Talent is what gets you up in the morning and keeps you in the shop long after everyone else has called it a day. Talent doesn't fear failure, nor does it bask in the glory of success. Talent is always improving and never satisfied. And while talent may benefit from money, talent can't be bought. Talent is focused. Talent is driven. And while talent doesn't always win, it never loses sight of the ultimate goal. Simply put, talent is what hard work looks like after all the hard work has been done.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the delay. We are back here in the feature server. 50 laps, no cautions for the A main here tonight. 24 drivers going to try and take their chance to go into the lead for the points to get those $1,500 worth of cash and prizes for the champion. Later on, after 12 weeks have passed, this is the first race of 12 in the modified series. And Brett, we have gotten a ample amount of time to catch our breath. What are you expecting from this race?
Well, we use the old CPAP machine to get some oxygen back in the lungs, that's for sure, after the heat races and the C&B main. But look, I'm expecting it's pretty similar to what we've seen in the heat races. So the guys on track at the moment, just starting to tear up this racetrack. You get a little bit more slicker where they're able to throw a lot more sliders on. You'll have a top, you'll have a middle, you'll have a low line as well. So, I mean, there's potential of 4 lanes of racing here. We've seen it happen before. We've seen, cast your mind back to the end of last year where the modifieds ran here, and we've seen Alex Bergeron come from 20th up into that 3rd spot, running that low side of the racetrack. That was a track where we had, 3, 4, and 5 wide racing. So, I mean, with what they've put on already at the moment, I won't be surprised if we do it again.
And just for right now, guys out there on the Facebook, the ticker is going to be a little wacky until we get them to the start-finish line under green flag conditions. So once a lap is completed, the ticker will update back to how it should be. We're going to have to give you your starting grid here manually. But out here in practice, quick time winner, Dylan Wilson, is the quick time in practice as well. Howard Weaver second on the board. Leo Pena in third. Lucas Chowning, who won the B main earlier tonight. And Garrett Neberge, your top 5 in practice. And as Brett was saying, you know, the track is a lot more tore up than it was throughout the heats and the C and B main tonight. So that's going to play into a couple of guys' hands here. I know a lot of these guys can run a slick track as practice ends and we're ready to go over to our starting grid. But, you know, who can master that slick the best here tonight? I believe that's who is going to win race number 1 of the 2018 season number 1 for the Team VLR Accelerated UMP Modified Series is gridding up.
Just quickly before we do the grids, Wes, why don't we go through predictions? You know what? I'm going to take the 80 of Dylan Wilson. I'm going to get the first pick in tonight.
All right, well, you could do that. I'm liking the 18 of Trevor Fitz.
All right, so it's 18 and 18 versus the 80. I can deal with that.
So it looks like the grid is just about set. We're waiting on 1 or 2 people to get up there, and we're going to run down our starting grid for race 1. Here, Dylan Wilson going to start on the pole tonight in that number 80 car. 56 of Mike Molnar going to start to his outside end, row number 1. Trevor Fitz, the 18, out of position number 3. The 07 of Howard Weaver going to roll off in 4th, and the 19 of Garrett Neberge rounds out your top 5. Chad Whelan, the 88, going to start in 6th. Randall Carter, the 37, in 7th. Jeremy Capron in 8th. 9th goes to Jacob Leverstein. And 10th, the 13 of Josh Phillips. To 3 of Shane James is going to be rolling off in 11th. And 12th goes to the 2 of Travis Marsh.
Back out of the field, Lucas Chowning out of 13. David Holloman out of position 14. Zach Rounds alongside Brandon Smith, row number 8. Greg Thompson out of 17. Leo Pena out of position 18. Ryan Gaunt out of 19. Albert Perez, 20. 21 was Justin Norwood. Mark Molnar, 22. And Matt Short, our 23rd starter for tonight's main event. And caution laps do not count. Yes, we will have cautions, but it will be a manual yellow.
All right, we're going to try to use the trick that you taught me the other night to count these laps. We're also going to have race admins give us the laps as well. Dylan Wilson going to have command of the field to start off and finish our opening week here for the Team VLR Accelerated UMP Modified Series. There he goes, down and away. Green flag is out, and Dylan Wilson gets a good jump over Molnar in the 56. Fitz running in his tire tracks. The 07 of Howard Weaver trying to cut to the inside at 18 as the top 5 are single file heading into turn 3.
3 and nearly almost 4 wide midway through the pack at the moment. Oh, Shane James into the wall. Shane James is one of those cars involved in a caution off of turn number 4, and an early caution here as we complete lap number 1. And man, you got to feel sorry for the number 3 of Shane James.
Yeah, it looks like he had a little bit of help from the 2 of Travis Marsh, and the 14. The 14 is Zach Rounds, who made that incredible move early tonight. Ended up going and finishing that number 3 car off, but 1 lap is complete. We have 49 left to go, and Dylan Wilson still out front.
Yeah, so early race caution here, just to get the guys just to settle their nerves just a little bit. As it's going to be Dylan Wilson, your pole sitter, double file on this restart, and he got a good jump, and that's going to be the key. A lot of the drivers in that opening lap, they went straight to the high side, made their intentions clear that they're going to run that top side of the racetrack in, leaving the bottom lane sort of open until you get to about the midway part of the race, and hopefully the track will actually start to come down, and that bottom side will come in.
Yeah, well, we've seen it time and time again here at Eldora. This half mile, it definitely works back towards the bottom and then back up to the top. But we had to have a good couple of green flag runs here for that to happen. Dylan Wilson, though, still out front. And just looking through the field to see if anybody really jumped a lot of positions. Back here, the 24 Brandon Schmidt got up 3 spots. So he's in contention for tonight's hard charger, as well as the 313 of Greg Thompson. We're back lined up 2 by 2. Lights are off the pace truck. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing.
Dylan Wilson leaving a little bit of a distance between himself and the pace car. Mike Molnar on the outside. We get set to go green. We're back underway. Dylan Wilson leads us back to the green flag, and here comes the 18 of Trevor Fitz. Slides up into second. Now goes to the top 3, 4 wide in turns 1 and 2. This is going to be awesome, Wes.
Now, a lot of side-by-side back in the middle of the pack. With a little bit of 3 wide for second there. Nebergi trying to throw his hat into the ring here early on in the going. Molnar stuck in the middle with Howard Weaver to the outside. Caution comes out once again. Looking for it in the back of the pack. The 14 of Zach Rounds goes around once again. He had help from... Well, he was trying to squeeze to the outside there. It looks like the 9 and the 97 actually got into it, and the 14 was just an afterthought. But Mark Molnar involved in the caution with that 9 of Matt Short.
Matt Short actually come from the C main, so he's done well. To make it into the A. He's done well to win the C, but to transfer from the C into the B. In only 10 laps, I think he picked up about 4 or 5 spots, but it was still enough to get that number 28 into the show. I think it was 28 or 30. So we're going to have, I think, 2 laps complete, 48 left to run, as the lights are still on the pace truck, I believe.
And still not enough for a lot of people to gain a lot of positions. Brandon Schmidt's still up 4 spots right now, but he's about the only one that's gained that many spots. Shane James, being involved in the first caution, went from 11th to 20th. Top 10 still relatively the same. Lucas Chowning up 3 spots from 13th to 10th. But everybody from 9th on up qualified or started on a grid in 9th or better. So, not a lot of changes up towards the front of the pack.
We get set as the lights are off on the iRacing official pace track. It's Dylan Wilson to still lead. This time he's got the 18 of Trevor Fitz to his outside, and this is going to be one hell of a show if we can get some green flag laps in.
Here we go. Pace truck looking to take that hard left-hand turn into the pit lane. Dylan Wilson gets them back underway. Green flag at the flag stand for Wilson. The 18 of Fitz got a good jump on him. Molnar to the inside in F56. Here comes Weaver through the middle. 3 wide coming off of turn number 2. Fitz pulls in front of the 07 as Leverstein is getting into the wall back there. We're going to have another caution. The 37 wall riding a little bit back there as Leverstein still bouncing off of a lot of cars like pinball. We're 4 wide, way deep in the field. And caution comes out.
Yeah, Ryan Gaunt in the 20 just got a little bit of help there from the 06 of Leo Pina as they went into 1 and 2, but unfortunately the yellow is out, and well, totally different from what we've seen in the heat race. Guys are getting a little bit too antsy early on. They just need to settle down a bit and get into a groove and find their groove and make their move.
That's the problem when you have the 24 fastest guys out of the night. Everybody knows what their car can do. They know where they want to put it. It's just they end up having their car trying to occupy the staying space as another car is trying to occupy, and it doesn't work out too well for either car in that situation. So still, let's see, Phillips, he was up into he actually is into the top 10. David Heileman with his first appearance in the top 10 tonight. Greg Thompson up 6 spots now into the 11th position, but Leverstein lost a ton of ground there, battling back there for, it looked like, the 6th position at the time.
I think I think there was contact with Leverstein, and he kind of just got into the wall, and that sort of checked him up, and that was kind of a concertina effect. The lights are out on the pace track. This time We're going to go single file restart. So we've got a couple of cars in pit lane at the moment. I think it's the 30 or the 777 of Jacob Leverstein and Randall Carter as well. So we'll go back to green. 3 laps complete, 47 laps to go.
And we're going to line them up 2 by 2 once again. I think if they can't keep it together, we're going to go to those single file restarts. Still 47 laps remaining in tonight's feature event for the season opener for the UMP Modifieds. Green flag back out on the racetrack, and a good start from the 07 and the 18 at the same time there. Dylan Wilson trying to pull away from the rest of the field. Here comes Fitz to the inside. Battle for the race lead.
Wilson up top, Fitz up top. Top 5 drivers are up top. Look at Chad Wheeler on the inside of that 888. He's the first driver to go down to the middle side of the racetrack. He does it in 1 and 2. This time he goes low, 3 wide for third, I should say. Weaver on the outside, Mulder. Then you got Nabergi and Wheeler as well. Side by side into 3 and 4. A great battle. We got Fitz into the wall. He loses a couple of spots, and Weaver, he goes to position number 2.
And very lucky that everybody kept their wits about him right there. The 07 up into second place now. Molnar still in third. The 2 slow in the middle of the pack. That's Travis Marsh. He caught up a bunch of cars. The 313 of Greg Thompson. Him and Josh Phillips right now are getting down and dirty. Phillips tries to slide in front of him. Thompson runs him across the front of that car. Phillips goes into the wall on the exit of turn number 2. Phillips loses about 4 positions on that exchange, and Wheeler in that 88, he's still on the inside of Garrett Nabergi. Back into turn 1 they go.
Yeah, 3 wide for about 10th or 11th at the moment. But my eyes are peeled on that number 88, Chad Wheeler in the middle part of the raceway. That the middle lane will come into effect with a lot of these drivers running the high side of Wheeler. He goes up top this time. 3 wide, if you don't mind. Marsh, the 24, Brandon Schmidt, and the 28 of David Heileman. Heileman, that's your battle for 10th.
Yeah, Marsh back to the inside of the racetrack as he did in the fixed series. It's not working out too well for him right now. He started in 12th, the last car to transfer into the feature by Heat Racing. He does get around Josh Phillips for that 11th spot. And now a lot of single file towards the front. Marsh is the only car to the inside of anybody right now until we get back to the rest of the back of the pack. And look at Zach Rounds, that 14 car, after getting wrecked early on. He's up into 12th position, getting around the outside of Phillips.
It's not going to be a hard charger coming from the back when you started. I'm not sure where he started. We'll find out where he started. He started 15th, so he's gone, from the middle to the front, back to the back, and now back in the mid-pack of this race at the moment. Still, a lot of drivers at the moment are running that high side of the racetrack in, and you got to think, when you got about sort of 15 to 20 UMP modifieds running the top side of the racetrack, it's going to start to go away eventually. That's when you'll see the drivers start to go to the middle and the low side.
Yeah, a little bit of accordion effect there coming out of 2. The 313 of Greg Thompson, a little slow out of that turn. Now coming out of turn number 4. Capron's got a little bit of a run on him. Let's see if he tries to pull rank and go to the inside. He's not going to do it into turn 1. Phillips tucked in back there in the 18, the 28, the 24 of Schmidt. Or actually, the 28 is David Heileman. I'm sorry. 14 and the 2, Travis Marsh. He's having a hard time getting going here in the early going. And Wheeler down to the inside of Nabergi. That's going to cost him maybe a spot as Thompson is now on the back bumper. Thompson gets bumped into turn number 3. Slide job from the 313, the 88 with the crossover. And now Capron stuck on inside in no man's land underneath Heileman as the 313 blinks in and out just for a split second. Wheeler and Thompson starting to battle as well.
Yeah, this is where we're going to start to see the track start to come in. This is where slide job will take effect. Meanwhile, Molnar on the inside of Fitz. That's your battle for 3rd. Slide job from Molnar. Fitz is going to come back underneath him. No, he tucks in behind him down the back straight away. Fitz goes to the top side. Meanwhile, back. And we got 3 wide. Wheeler. Here comes the 24, Brandon Schmidt, with a slide job on David Heileman. Thompson in front of them along with Capron. Marsh showing his name in the mix as well, along with Chad Wheeler, leading that group of about 6 cars.
Now, this is the most exciting thing happening on the track right now. Our leader has pulled out to about a 3-second advantage over Howard Weaver. 313 almost into the 88 there, trying to slide her on that 23 of Capron. but to no avail. Capron now returning the favor, almost into the left-hand side of that 88. 313 crosses him over, and slow off of 2 is that 313. Here goes Thompson, as we're going tit for tat back here with sliders from these two drivers.
Dylan Wilson has a 2.8 second lead over Howard Weaver. Weaver would love a caution right now. We got 20 down, 30 laps left to run. Thompson leading Schmidt into turn number 3 and 4. That's for 8th spot, not leading. And we got Travis Marsh on the low side of the racetrack. That number 2 on the inside of David Heilemann, side by side. Into 1 and 2. Heilemann on the top side. Marsh, he's got that bottom side working. He just loves to get the moisture and get those rear wheel tires and not spinning through the slick.
Yeah, if he can do that, he's now into the inside of the 24 as they come off the turn. Schmidt on the high side with that momentum. He keeps that spot. The 14 of Rounds now starting to follow around that 2 of Marsh. And Heilemann trying to get back around the outside of that 2 car. The 24 and the 313, they're just about neck and neck coming out of turn number 4. Everybody's still on the high side. Marsh, the only one trying that bottom lane, and now he's got Phillips trying it as well with him. Back behind him, a couple of car lengths back. And here we go, 3 wide for a split second. Rounds tried to force the issue, didn't get there. Caution comes out behind us, looking for it. And it may have been the 9. Yeah, it looks like he just tried to come down to pit lane. Matt Short, after starting 23rd, had himself up to the 15th position, tried to come into the pit lane in front of a couple of cars, and caution will wave. Dylan Wilson loses all of that lead, but he still retains it as of right now. So your top 5 as we've run: Dylan Wilson, Howard Weaver, Trevor Fitz, Mike Moner, and Garrett Nabergi.
Wow, a 4.8 second lead from Dylan Wilson had over Howard Weaver. He just put an absolute hurt on this field at the moment in the opening 23 laps. We got 23 laps down, which means we have 27 laps to go. And I tell you what, with Weaver right on his back bumper, expect a couple of slide jobs maybe to come from Howard Weaver. Trevor Fitz and Mike Molnar, they've been having an awesome battle for 3rd and 4th. And as you said, Nabergi just sitting there in 5th, minding his own business. But what a battle we've seen between Wheeler, Capron, Thompson, Schmidt, Mars, Heilemann, Rounds. I think Phillips was in there as well. And I mean, you know, we talk about hard charges at the moment. It looks like it's going to go to Greg Thompson if he can continue this good run from 17th up to position number 8.
Yeah, that's 9 spots on the track. So he's definitely the front runner right now, as Schmidt has come up from the 16th position, but only to 9th. So he's only advanced 7 positions on the evening. Single file restarts from here on in. Lights are off the pace truck. There goes Dylan Wilson down to the way. Green flag, and a hungry Howard Weaver right behind him. Only about a 2-car length advantage did that 80 have, and he tried to slide job line into 1. He's still going to maintain that 2-car length gap on that 07, as Weaver is pretty much putting that car wherever the 80 is. Back behind him, Fitz and Molnar starting to do battle once again for that 3rd spot. And Wheeler underneath the 19, and Nabergi coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, good battle for the race lead, good battle for 3rd, and good battle for 5th. Side by side, the 18 of Fitz on the inside is Molnar. Excuse me. As 5th is Nabergi and Wheeler. Wheeler goes the slide job on Nabergi. The slide contact there. Nabergi got out of the gas, but there was a little contact on the outside of that race car. The 88 of Chad Wheeler up to position number 5. And here comes Capron with a slide job on Nabergi. 3 widest Thompson as well. And we've also got Marsh and Brandon Schmidt. So we've got a good another 6 to 7 car battle.
And Nabergi returns the favor there. 3 wide coming off of turn number 2. Capron in the middle. Nabergi on the high side. Thompson on the inside in that blue car to 313. Going through a little bit of slick there as Capron falls back into the tire tracks of that number 19. The 313, he's going to have to get to that high side. He can squeeze in now if he gets there. Capron back to that 8th position. Thompson up to 7th now, as Schmidt is starting to put some work on that 23 as well. Travis Morris trying to throw his hat into the mix.
Yeah, the 313, Greg Thompson on the inside of Garrett Nabugi. That's your battle for 6th and 7th at the moment. Oh, Wheeler just checked up a bit just to keep that car on the low side of the racetrack. Nabugi almost got into the back of him there as they went into 3 and 4. They run the top in 1 and 2, nearly 3 wide as Capron slots in behind Thompson. We've got Smith on the top side and Travis Marsh continuing to work that low side in car number 2, rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, just drivers are just trying to find out where their car is working the best here. Getting down to business, 30 laps down, 20 to go that time by. So business is starting to pick up as if it ever fell off in the first place. The 313 and the 23 still battling. Marsh has gotten around that 24 Schmidt, but just for the second right now, the 2 trying to get underneath that 23 as we're seeing that bottom side now starting to come in. We can see how Marsh is now picking up on the rest of these drivers, and he's almost to the inside of that 23. Back into 1 they go.
It rounds with a slide job on Smith as they went into 1 and 2. Just in front of them, battle for 5th at the moment, Naburgi and Wheeler. Wheeler on the top side, Naburgi through the middle in turn number 3 and 4. At the line, give it to Naburgi by not a lot, by .030, so very close. And that's your battle for your top 5 at the moment. But wow, look at Dylan Wilson. He's got himself a 1.6 second in. I'm pretty sure he just made a little bit of a mistake there in 3 and 4, but wow, the yellow is out.
Yeah, looking for the culprit right now. Oh, it looks like, oh yeah. Oh, it was a lot of contact between the 2 and the 4. And the 777 trying to come out of the pits, I believe. Or no, he was actually back going. Leverstein, 25 laps down on the track. He ends up getting tagged by the 4 and gets stuck into the outside retaining wall. Leverstein going to be the cause of the caution there. And we're going to re-rack him back up. 34 laps are down. 16 laps remain. And so far, it's looking like nobody has anything for that 80 car.
All right, we'll have to get that car past Tech because he is just absolutely checked out, as the Canadians would say. He's certainly been out in front. Jacob Leverstein, his night is done. The 07 Howard Weaver, he's sitting in second. We go back to Trevor 5th. Mike Molnar, Garrett Naburgi, and Chad Wheeler had an awesome battle for 5th and 6th. Greg Thompson picking up 10 spots at the moment from 17th up to position at number 7. How about Mark Molnar as well from 22nd, making his way up into 13th?
Yeah. It's just been a great race when we got these green flag runs. We're getting ready to go back to another green flag run. Hard Charger Award's going to be hard to call here. Dylan Wilson back down and away. Green flag back out here at Eldora. Wilson still retains the lead. Weaver has to do something on these restarts if he wants to get around that 80, but to no avail. He's about 2 car lengths back from the 80 as they go back into turn number 3 and 4. Off of 4, though, Wilson looked like he did make a little bit of a mistake. He's trying to diamond the corner off. It's helping him down the front stretch, but Weaver, he's got a chance if he can maybe simultaneously try to throw a slider at the same time. Fitz looking to try and get around Weaver as well in that 18.
Yeah, it's going to have to be quite a big slide job, that's for sure. Your top 3, nose to tail, with about 3 or 4 car lengths separating each. Here comes Mike Molnar in the 56, looking through the middle on the racetrack right now. Meanwhile, Weaver, he went to the extreme low side. 3 wide behind him, Naburgi, Thompson, and Chad Wheeler. 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Thompson through the middle, Naburgi up top. Wheeler down low, and look who's behind Wheeler. It's the number 2, Travis Marsh, just pestering on that low side.
Yeah, he's definitely been hustling down there. Got in front of Capron on that last lap. But now Naburgi and Wheeler side by side, as well as Capron and Marsh right behind them. And you can see a lot of the guys are starting to get to that low side now. Behind them, you got the 56, the 23, the 24, the 14, the 97, and the 28, all on that low side going through turns 3 and 4 that last time around. Meanwhile, Naburgi and Wheeler still fighting for that 6th position, the 19. Now going through the middle as the battle for third is heating up. Molnar has gotten around Fitz.
Oh, Molnar's left front tagged the wall in turn 1 and 2. He had to check up a bit, and that allowed Fitz to get the run back by him. So Fitz back into third. We've got 9 laps to go as they come across the start-finish line. Molnar back to the inside of Fitz. This is your race for third run now. Fitz on the high side, Molnar down low. Thompson not too far away from throwing his name into this and potentially getting a podium from position number 17.
And back behind him still. I mean, Molnar and Fitz are throwing elbows right now. That bottom side is working for Molnar. Fitz, he likes that top side. Molnar's going to just about clear him coming out of turn number 2. And Fitz back to the high side. Molnar still running the absolute low lane. And he's got the advantage so far. Molnar just needs to make sure that he doesn't get too close to that inside wall. Rub that right or the left front tire on it and scrub off any speed. And he's got a podium finish. And ooh, he got really close there coming out of 4. But here comes Greg Thompson. He's catching up to this battle. He's going to force the issue. Going to take it 3 wide. Or just about did. I think he's got about 1 more turn and he's going to be there. There it is.
Right. He's there right now. Thompson on the inside of Fitz. Fitz into the wall. Down the front straightaway. 5 to run. Thompson with a slide up. No, he stays in the middle part of the racetrack. Molnar just clears away from Thompson and Fitz. Fitz is going to duck back to the low side. And here comes Nabergi trying to make that work on the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, the race lead is only separated by 7/10 at the moment, and we've got 4 laps left to run.
Yeah, laps are winding down. Weaver, he's going to have to try and pull something here. You can see him now working at that wheel, but just can't carry the same speed that 80 of Wilson is able to carry. Still 7/10 last time at the line. 3 to go, coming back around. We're going to have 2 laps remaining in the season opener for the accelerated UMP Modifieds.
Wilson leads into 1 and 2, still from Weaver. The gap is half a second now, so Weaver's starting to close in here in these last couple of laps, but the battle is well and truly on. Thompson looks to the outside of the 56 and Mike Molnar down the back straight away. Oh, Weaver into the wall. He's going to lose a ton of time and virtually give the win to Dylan Wilson, all barring a mistake. The 56 of Molnar holds on to third momentarily. They go into 1 and 2. Thompson through the middle. He almost gets to the back bump. He pulls to the outside of Molnar. He tags the back straight away, but out of turn number 4, the 80 of Dylan Wilson will win the modified season opener here at Eldora.
And Thompson, he's a shoe-in for the hard charge at 13 positions, but he is not going to get to the podium. Mike Molnar fended that 313 off at the line. And Dylan Wilson with a dominating wire-to-wire win in that number 80 car. Howard Weaver finishes second. Mike Molnar third. Greg Thompson in fourth. Trevor Fitz rounds out your top 5. Garrett Nabergi finishes 6th. 7th goes to Chad Wheeler, Travis Marsh in 8th, Zach Rounds 9th, and Jeremy Capron rounds out your top 10. Brandon Schmidt and Mark Molnar 11th and 12th.
13th was David Harleman, Josh Phillips, 14th, 15th, Justin Orwood, Ryan Gort, 16th, Lucas Chowning, 17th, Leo Pina, 18th, Albert Perez, 19th, Matt Short, 20th, Jacob Leverstein, 21st, Shane James, 22nd, and Randall Carter rounding out your 23 car field.
Man, oh man, once those cautions got out the way, we had a great race there. Wilson just dominated the whole night, led all 50 laps, no contest to that 80. Everybody else is going to have to go back to the drawing board and see if they can't come up with something to beat that 80. But we're going to go ahead and bring in our third place finisher, the 56 of Mike Molnar. How you doing tonight, bud? Great run.
I guess pretty good, I guess, after that finish.
Yeah, you had to fend off a hard charge, and Greg Thompson, who actually won a hard charger award here tonight, but started second on the night, kept that car up there in the top 5, actually the top 3 the whole night. You know, a definite turnaround for your luck after the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, for sure. I'm starting to pick up a couple things here, and Mark, he pushes me hard, and we kind of into it the last night in the late model, and I think him helping me and getting me to where I'm at, man. I think that's a lot of it.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, and here you go, starting out the season with such a great finish with a lot of cash and prizes up at the end of the season. You got to feel pretty good about coming out of Eldora with a third place points positioning.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I got to just keep it rolling. If third place on the first night doesn't matter unless you can keep it rolling.
All right. Well, I mean, it was definitely fun up here in the broadcast booth. Saw you on the high side majority of the night, and then once you went down to that low side, you had to get around that 18 of Fitz. Y'all put on a great show for the fans out there, and again, congratulations for your third place finish. Any thank yous, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go here?
Yeah, Red Rocket Race Cars for a fast race car here, and then Jet.CE Car for helping me out this week, racing me hard and stuff like that. So thanks a lot, guys. And BLR for doing great work they had to do. Howard put up a lot with the iRacing format tonight, and he got it rolling, so it was fun.
Well, it's definitely great to see a lot of improvement, or some improvement out of that 56 camp. So congratulations for your podium finish, your third place finisher, the 56 of, or the, yeah, 56 of Mike Molnar. And in the booth now we have the 07 Howard Weaver fan favorite, just couldn't even keep up with that 80 car tonight, but a second place finish for that 07 after starting fourth. Tell us how the track was out there.
It was pretty tough. It wasn't as good of a racing that we've had here at Eldora before in the mods, but I kept hoping and waiting for the line to kind of change up to where you could run the middle and low line, but it never seemed to really come in. And at the end, I finally started catching him, but I was having to run with my right rear, tapping the wall every lap. So it was a tough way to try to run there.
Well, I'm not sure if you run your sim with the rear view mirror put on, but it was just like any other race that we've had in the mods here behind you. It was just, y'all two were definitely the class of the field tonight, and unfortunately you couldn't get up there to get to that 80 car for the battle for the win. But still great race out of the 07 camp. Of course, got a bunch of prizes, a lot of cashola on the line here for the championship. So a second place finish, and more than likely going to lead to a second place in the point standings. You got to feel pretty good about your chances heading on for the rest of the 11 weeks.
Oh, yeah. If Dylan's here the rest of the races, though, we're all going to probably be in trouble. He's going to be tough to beat. I'm going to have to wreck him at least 2 or 3 weeks to have a chance. So we'll see how it goes. I shouldn't say that on there, though. But no, he's going to be super tough to beat. I couldn't run the line he was running at all, and usually Eldora is probably, my best track. So he was wicked fast out there.
Well, once again, we got you in the booth. So, congrats for that second place finish. Normally we have you in the last spot, and normally Brett's giving you yeah, pretty much. So, this time in second place, but still nothing to shake a stick at. You got any thank yous, any shout outs you want to give before we let you roll on?
Yeah, I want to thank Accelerated, OCTV, VLR, Team Friday, Tennessee Punch Bunch, Farmer City Raceway, Dylan Wilson for trying to make it look a little closer at the end. He could have done a little better job. All the people watching, Tracy, Brett for not saying anything bad to me yet. So yeah, he'll wait till I get out maybe. So yeah, just everybody for watching. Sorry about the server issues tonight. Hopefully that won't happen again either.
Hashtag blame Weaver for that one.
There we go.
There it is. All right. Well, second place, Howard Weaver. Congratulations. The 07 finishes in second, and Brett is standing down there in victory lane with our race winner.
I wouldn't say standing, but we're next to the number 80 of Dylan Wilson. Dylan, congratulations on the win here tonight. An absolute dominating performance around the Eldora Speedway.
Thanks, guys.
And from start to finish, quick time tonight. You transferred through the heat race. You started. Where'd you start in this one? You started first. You started on the pole, and I think you led all of the laps. You hadn't really had a trouble all night. And, you had a 4.8 second lead there at one stage. What was going through your mind when you had that big of a lead?
Just don't blow it by running into the wall or getting into any lap cars or stop cars on the track. Just try to run smooth. I know Howard, he's always fast in second, but he just didn't have it for whatever reason. And it didn't seem to matter wherever I ran because it was fast everywhere. So,
next question? Are you going to be planning on running the full 12 weeks?
If my work schedule allows me to, I'll run it. But that's the only reason I haven't been able to commit to any leagues, just because work schedule gets moved around a lot. So I'll make the races I can. If that's all 12, then cool. If not, then we'll be here when we can.
Oh man, well done on a dominating performance. There was not really much to say. I mean, you were quick from really the get go, and you had that 80 machine certainly hooked up on the top side of the racetrack. So you got any sponsors or shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I thank my team, T1RT. Thank Rocket over there. He pays me $500 a month to stay fast. So if I hadn't won that, he probably would have fired me or some shit. And then thanks Trevor. I gave him a set. He finished 5th with it. He's like a field filler to finish 5th, so that's pretty cool for him. And that's about it.
Well, since you're giving sets away, I think I know where to go for my no, I don't run modifieds. But hey, well done on the win here tonight, the season opener.
Thanks.
Well, Wes, back to you. That was Dylan Wilson, the number 80 machine, and not much to say about that, but he was just dominating from the get-go.
All right. Well, like I said earlier, after we got through those couple of early race cautions, a lot of green flag racing for the remainder of the race. Just an awesome night of racing. Got to thank X.CELERATED for sponsoring all 3 series. WR1 for giving away a sim rig to the modified series champion. The hard charger tonight was indeed Greg Thompson in a 313. So Burberry Designs sponsors that award. And Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience for a free drive to all VLR champions. Got to thank them. The Hard Luck Award, not sure who that's going to go to. That will be announced right here on the TeamVLR.com Facebook page. And Team Friday will also be putting out a video of the fastest lap from tonight's race. I'm pretty sure that's going to go to the 80 of Dylan Wilson, but we will see tomorrow. So for Brett, Dylan on the 1s and 2s, and myself, we are OCTV, and we are gone. Thanks for watching.